Good morning, engineering 2. Woo. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Please, yes, there we go. Okay, let me share my screen, and then we can talk about what we're gonna do today. But before I start, I need to get a little bit of water. Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we are gonna continue working on a 3D modeling. I believe last time we didn't have an official lecture, but I gave you guys two videos, one for the in-class number 7 and the homework number 7, which I'm gonna talk to you guys about briefly. And then we're gonna talk about in-class number 8 and homework number 8. Which actually, I don't believe we have an in-class number 8, so let's actually do the homework number 8. So let's talk about homework number 7, since it's the one. Let me see if I can find it in your Dropbox somewhere. We can probably also open it. Engineering 2, share folder, homeworks, number 7. So as you guys, when you guys open this, you guys will notice two things. First of all, that you guys have an in-class number 5, I mean in-class number 7, and it's telling you that you have 5 points extra credit. So if you do it, I will give you 5 points. You guys will notice that within the folder, I have one that says, make your look just like this one. In other words, if you want to get full credit, and I get it all the time, a lot of people go and do it wrong, and then I start making it up, and then they don't get the extra points. And then I tell them, well, you didn't submit it right. So let me open this so you guys have an idea of how it's supposed to look. Okay, so this one, when you do it, try to make it as, I think the only difference is that you're going to have to put your own name, right? Besides that, try to make it look just like mine. And again, if I mark it and you see that I mark it and you're like, oh, you know, yours look like that, then you have an excuse to tell me, Professor Scalona, you marked me for something that I did just like yours, and you shouldn't take away points from me. And most likely I will tell you it's fine, you know, you got it. This drawing is not perfect. It's actually made by Locke Jackson. It has a couple of mistakes. The first thing that I notice here is that there is a little gap right there, and let me see, let me turn on my pointer, because I want to make sure you guys pointer, folks. I want to make sure you guys are able to see what I'm looking at. Let's comment this. All right. So you guys will notice there is a little space somewhere in there. That shouldn't be there. That should be here. That little space in between it should be there. This center line should be centered from, there is a hole here, this represents a hidden line, which should be somewhere in the middle, right? It's a little bit offset. Besides that, just make sure you put your name and the text is centered. And I think that's it. Now, if you guys go and do it and it looks like this and I mark it, again, you can go and you can always argue, tell me, Professor Scalona, I made it like yours, and like yours had whatever the mistakes, I need to get my grades back. Now, if you don't make it like mine, like the one I'm giving you, then if I take away points, don't tell me why I didn't give you the 5 points, because you didn't make it like mine. And especially at the beginning when you guys are learning, I want to give you guys as many examples as possible and have them correctly. Then you guys will have homework number 7, which will also have make yours look just like mine. Is what you also need to make it like mine if you want to get the full credit, right? If you go to the lecture video recordings, you guys also will notice that in there, you guys will notice that you have in-class 7 and homework 7. Again, the in-class 7 is extra credit, and the homework 7 is due on Monday. Boom. Let's actually now talk about the new assignment, which is homework number 8. Which I have it open already. Well, I have it open. I'm going to bring up Inventor, Professional, and let's talk about it. Let's actually read it together. Use your own sketches and all dimension isometric views provided. Create a fully dimensioned A-size drawing. And you're like, okay, so what is A-size drawing? A-size drawings is an 8.5 by 11, which I have a template in my Dropbox, which we're going to use. Okay, 8.5 by 11. The drawing of the border board, plastic, wedge block, and picture block that were measured and sketched in the assignment number 6. So you guys are going to submit it tomorrow. with correct dimensions. And I'm going to do the models today. Let me see. Make the model using the inch bar found in the in-class engineering 2 folder. Okay, so this guy is not correct, right? Because we're doing everything electronically, so you guys will not find anything on the H drive. Everything is going to be in the Dropbox. Where is it? Well, if you guys go to your share folder, go to your homeworks, you guys recall there was the 00 border and model templates where you found your templates for CAD. Guess what? You also have the templates for Inventor. So if you go inside, okay, this one's the metric one. Let's go back. We're doing inches. The US border and template, that is where you see the inch part. And that's where you see also the A size drawing. Okay, let's continue. Make the drawing using the file A size folder found in the same folder. Make sure you save the files early and often to your flash drive. The drawing should only contain those views required for dimensioning plus an isometric view in the upper right hand corner. The provided isometric views show the preferred front, top, and right faces of the part. Scale the drawings as large as possible using the standard scales like full, half, 3/4, and so on, while still allowing clear and clear dimension and annotation and notation included or hidden lines. Baseline dimensions, all features using the left, the back, and the bottom faces. So datum, baseline. Except chain dimension the whole pattern in the wedge block. Okay, so they want me to use a chain dimension for the wedge block. All text in the body of the drawing should be 1/8 of an inch height, a comma, which is already included within the template, so you don't have to do anything. All text should be capital letters, yes, everywhere. Add the following notes, formatted exactly as shown in the lower right-hand corner. Okay, and then it's telling you that they want you to put the check mark, which is the surface symbol. And they also said that they want you to use the scale, the quantity, the material, the title, drawn by, and what part is required. Staple your drawings together in the upper left-hand corner. No, we are going to submit this online. I want to give you guys, everybody has like different learning curves. So I want to give the chance to the people that have more, that need a little bit more time, right? So that's why you guys are going to do it online, and I just want to give you guys enough time. Otherwise, you will have to submit this in person, and we'll be doing the same day. So I'm not trying to do that to you. Okay, so let me, we're going to start with this one. Let me just register my mouse pointer focus right here. All right. Give me a second, guys, and then we will start. I think it's good. All right, so Inventor should be open now. It is right here. And again, the first thing that I want to do is I want to go get the files from Dropbox. Now, if you guys were to not install Dropbox, and maybe you guys are, I believe I gave you guys a link in my drive. Let me see. So I believe these links, don't quote me on this. I believe these links, if you go to my drive in the engineering lab, there is in my drive, it has a one that says links. And you can grab this link for engineering 2 and post it in the drive. Some of you guys have not installed Dropbox in your desktop or laptop. And when you do that, it's different working from the online version than working from the desktop. You guys will notice that I haven't installed my desktop, so I don't have to download anything. It's already there. But if you have not installed it, you have to do a little bit different. I'm just going to show you how to do it. So you're going to go to your labs and homeworks. And then in your labs and homeworks, you're going to have the border and model templates. I'm actually going to download the whole thing. Download. And it's going to come over here. Then I'm going to go hover, and I'm going to hover until I see the little folder, and then I'm going to click on the folder. Once I click on the folder, it's going to bring me over here. And I'm going to grab that folder. I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to look for the desktop. And I'm going to paste it in the desktop. Okay. Let me paste it in the desktop. And you can paste it in your flash drive, wherever you want to paste it. You guys, I don't need this one anymore. So you guys will notice that when you pasted it, mine looks like a bunch of books. Yours might look like with a zipper. That's why sometimes they call it a zip file. Mine, because I have a different type of compressor, it's called a RAR file. But you cannot work on this. If you guys were to click on it, it will give you a preview of the folders, but you cannot actually save. So This is a compressed version. I need to uncompress it. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to say extract. And as soon as I do that, I should see another folder, which is this one. Right? This is how you download things from Dropbox. You need to uncompress them. If you are doing it from online, I don't need this one anymore. I have my border and model templates. You might want to do this in your flash drive so you have all your templates activated. I am going to go back to my folder, the engineering folder that I created in my desktop. And I'm going to assume you guys did something similar, but you did it not in the desktop, but you did it in your flash drive. Okay. So let me, in my folder, when I'm doing all my homework, or in your flash drive, I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm going to call it homework 08 inventor. You might also want to call it inventor basics. I'm going to go inside of it and I'm going to go from my templates. That's why I downloaded it and I extracted it so I can now copy it. I'm going to go to the US border and template. I'm going to grab one. I'm going to grab the A size. Remember, they asked me for the A size, which is 8.5 by 11. I'm going to copy it and then I'm going to paste it. As you guys remember, when you guys did your homework, you guys have two of them. You guys have the wedge block and you guys have the fixture block. So maybe, just maybe, I should have one model which is the fixture and one model that is the wedge block. So maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna rename it wedge block part. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab my drawing and I'm gonna rename it wedge block drawing. And again, that's gonna be for that one, the first one. And remember, I also have the fixture, so I'm gonna select them and I'm gonna paste them. Control Z for copy, Control V as in Victor for pasting. So I'm gonna call this guy fixture block, and I'm gonna call the other one fixture drawing, right? What is that? Fixture block, fixture drawing. This should be part. I think I selected both when they did the same name. That should be the part. So just make sure that you have a fixture block part, fixture wedge block part, fixture block drawing, wedge block drawing, and you rename them before you even start, because otherwise it might look the link between them, between the drawing and the part. So you want to rename them before you even open them. So now that I have them, I'm going to open them. In fact, I'm going to open them from here. I'm going to say open. And I'm going to, you guys will notice that it took me somewhere else. Actually, it took me to, let me see what it took me. It took me to ETech22. But this is not ETech22, huh? This one is engineering 2. And how did I do that? Well, it went into my, I created a project. If you watch the previous video, you probably noticed that I created a project. And this is a new release, so it doesn't look exactly the same as the other one. But you create a project, you go to the top over here. And it should click on the project, so just click on that one. You guys will notice that my active project is ETech22. Well, I should probably put my engineering 2 as an active project. So I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to go click in new. I'm going to be the only one working on this. I want to call it single user. I am going to call this guy engineering 02 spring 25. And it's going to ask me, where do you want to have this project located at? Well, I'm going to look wherever I have my stuff. In my case, I have my stuff located in the desktop where I have my engineering 2. I want to say, okay. You guys will notice now I will look for your directory, right? Then I'm going to say next, and then I'm going to say finish. And you guys will notice that now it activated. So if I were to do done, and I were to open something, now it's going to go to my engineering 2 folder. That's what it does. Create a project, it pretty much creates a shortcut to be able to get to your drawing. So I'm going to go to engineering 8, which is the one that I'm working. I'm going to highlight them all, and then I'm going to open them. Boom. Let me get some water. The way you work on Inventor, you want to have your right hand on the left, the right hand on the mouse, right? Left click, right click, and then you guys will also have a roller in the middle. The reason why I give you guys, by the way, I give you a template that is wrong because it has things. Let me look at the drawing. Yeah, that one's empty. Okay. So the template that I gave you is actually has things, so I gotta get rid of them. So the way you get rid of things is you go, this is the model tree. It's where all the modeling things that you do will be at. So I'm going to select the first one. I'm going to click on the shift button and I'm going to hold it. And I'm going to click on the last one. Then I'm going to right click and I'm going to say delete. It's asking you delete everything, consume the sketches and features. Yes, delete everything. Right? And save it because this is your template. Control S to save. I'm going to do the same concept. I'm going to click on the first one, shift, hold it, click on the last one, right click, and delete everything. Okay, save it again because it's your template. Okay, you guys will notice that in my screen you have a yellow portion. I'm not going to be telling you, sometimes I might forget. The red is the left button, the right click on the mouse is the blue button, and it will also point your menus. Usually the left click is for selecting, right click is for menus. And Inventor is really easy because everything is left click and right click. Okay, the way Inventor works is, especially on the easy models are going to be subtract modeling. I'm going to create a box. My box will look something like this. Boom, right? And then I'm going to, the same thing that you guys see your sketches, right? This guy says to me is 5.25 by 2.25. Let's start. So I want to go select everything left click, right click. So left click, right click, new sketch. Then I'm going to go to the rectangle and I'm going to choose the 2-point center rectangle. I'm going to hover till it becomes green. Click on it once and then click on it again somewhere outside. You guys will notice that my rectangle keeps on moving. It needs to be completely constrained. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to give it a size. Right click, left click. I want to select the line. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to type 5.25. Boom. It's going to grow accordingly by 5.25 and 2.25. So I'm going to give it another dimension. Right click, dimension, and click 2.25. Boom. It has the size. I cannot move my block anymore. That's the whole idea. Your sketches should be parametric, should be modeled correctly. So I'm going to finish my sketch. And then I'm going to make it in 3D. How do you make it in 3D? By giving it the depth. My depth is 3 inches for my box. Right click, extrude. Inventor knows your most common commands, which is extrusion, one of them. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go 2 ways, 2 directions, and I want it to go symmetrically. I can go one direction. I can go the opposite direction. I can go symmetrically, and I can also do asymmetrically, different distances on different directions. One of them extrudes this way, the other one extrudes the other way. So in my case, it was 3 inches. I'm going to click OK, and I want to do it symmetrically. And you can also give it a name to the solid. In my case, I'm not going to give it a name. As soon as I'm done, I will create a new folder, and that folder will be my solids folder. Boom. Now I'm going to start chopping the same way that kind of like show you how to dimension. So I'm going to create on this face, and I'm going to create a new sketch. Remember, left click, right click, pretty much. I'm going to go and I'm going to project a couple of lines. I'm going to project that edge, and I'm going to project that edge. And then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to make a line. Left click, right click, guys. Left click, right click. Select on the line, select on the other line, right click, and say OK. You guys will notice that that point, it is locked. But if for whatever reason, when you make the line, it did not lock, let's say you did something like this, and it completely not lock. Once you did the projection, you can grab that dot and drag it till it snaps. And if it doesn't snap, continue dragging till it snaps to see if it doesn't snap. There is this command, which is the concealing constraint. It allows you to put lines and points together. So if I were to click on it, I can click on the point and then I can click on the line. Boom. And then snap it. See? It doesn't come up anymore. You want to delete something, select it, click on the delete key on the keyboard. Boom. What is the size of the cut? It's 1.5 by 0.75. I want to come over here. Boom. Click on the left side, click on the point, and it's 1.5. 1.5. Right click, dimension from the bottom to the point. Click 175. Boom. I have a close profile because I did the projection of this line. And in the projection of this line, I have a line, there is a little triangle that has been created. I can use it now to do my extrusion. Right click, extrude, select the triangle. Right, I will want to create an extrusion that direction, flip the side, and make sure that it is cut. The first one creates the solid value that joins it. The second one cuts. The third one creates the intersection between the solids. And the third one creates a new solid. We're making a single part, so I don't need to create new solids. I just need to cut it. Boom. I want to look at the things so you guys can see a little bit better. I can go to the View tab and I can have a display, show, shaded with edges. So you guys can see it slightly better. Let's go back. Okay, so now I have another cut that I need to do. This is the cut that you guys need to do, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the side view and I'm going to start doing a bunch of chops. Let's go to the side view, which is this way, right? So I'm going to select the face. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say new sketch. Left click, right click, left click, right click. So I'm going to do a rectangle. Left click, right click. So this is right click, by the way. Menus are right clicks. Click on it. Select the corner. Oh, I cannot get the corner. I see it right there. When it's on screen, it's ready. Click on it and then click somewhere outside. That's the first rectangle. Come over here, over till you see the dot. Click on it, move away, and click again. I got two notches that I gotta take care of. The first one, it is 1.5 and 1.25 from the bottom. So I'm gonna come over here, dimension, right click on this one, give it a 1.5, and the other one is 1.125 or 1.8 from the bottom. Select the rectangle that we did, 1.125, boom, it's done. Have another notch. This one, it is 0.75 and 0.75 from the top. Okay, so I'm gonna go on the side, I'm gonna measure 0.75, and I'm gonna measure another 0.75 from the top. That's what it asks. 0.75, boom, boom, boom. 0.75, 0.75. I am done with both of the rectangles. I'm gonna finish my sketch. First rectangle in the front, second rectangle in the front. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna do extrude. Select the inside of the rectangle, select the other inside of the rectangle. I don't want it to add material, I want it to cut material, so I'm gonna flip it. And I want it to go through the whole part. The first one has a distance, the second one gives it through all. The third one allows you to select a face to end, or something like a feature to end your extrusion. In my case, I'm just gonna say through all. Oh, right. Okay. And my part is pretty much done. I just need a couple of holes, hole 1, hole 2. The first one, it is 0.75 and 1.125. So how you make a hole? Right click, hole, left click, right click, everything, right guys? Left click, right click. I'm gonna click on the surface. Boom. Created the hole and I need a 0.75, 1.125. So I'm gonna click on the edge to give it a distance and I'm gonna type 0.75. I'm gonna click on the other edge and I'm gonna give it 1.125. Boom. I'm going to create another hole. I'm going to put it somewhere about here. And again, I'm going to give a distance from here, 0.75. From here, I'm going to go and find out what it is. So it's 1.125 plus 1.875. I'm going to type 1.125 plus 1.875. Boom, guess what? Inventor can do math for you. Enter. What happened? I didn't look at the holes. What was the size? I need to edit the command. Anytime that you want to edit the command, there's two ways of doing it. You double click on the command, it will open the command again, or you can click on it and then right click on it and then edit the feature. When I created my hole, it actually created a sketch. You guys notice the sketch? The same way that we did with the extrusion. The whole command automatically does it for you. If for whatever reason you made a mistake, you don't have to repeat the whole thing. You can open the folder, click on the sketch, and change your dimensions. Just click on it and give it a new dimension. I don't know, 1. Boom. It will move it. Control Z, as in zebra, to undo what you did. I needed to change the hole size, so I'm going to double click on the hole. And the size of the hole are 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to type 0.75. Boom. Simple hole. There is no seat. I don't have any bolts, any counterbores, any countersinks. The termination is going to go through all. I want to go to the whole thing. I can change the directions of the holes in case we have the right direction. I'm going to say OK. At this point of time, if I want to get rid of my planes, I can only go to the view and the object visibility, turn on the work features. If I want to give it a nice color, I could come to the default colors. If I want to give it a material, I go to the generic material. Let's make it out of waterboard. Let's say that this guy's ABS plastic. Boom! How you do it? Right, now it is time for me to do a drawing. When you make your models should be clean. Extrusion use, extrusion use, extrusion use. There are no extra sketches all over the place. If you create sketches just like crazy, your functions, your commands will not work. You will start looking for different things and you won't know what to do. Create a sketch, use it. Create a sketch, use it. There is a command line. The command line tells you where the part started and how it was built. I can drag my command line and it will tell me how it was built. I created a cube. Then I created a cut. Then I created 2 cuts. And then finally created a hole. We'll dig more into the command line later on. This is officially your first modeling video. Let's start placing this in the drawing. All you have to do is click on the drawing. I'm gonna have you guys should have it activated, and then once you place a view, is just left click, right click, and base view. That's the front view. If you create it correctly, that is this side view, that is the top view, that is the isometric view. Boom! Created the views for you. You don't have to do anything. You just gotta drag them and put them on the correct location. Seems to me that a half was pretty good, which I believe that's what we're gonna use. I need to put a bunch of center marks, center lines. I'm gonna see if Inventor can do a couple of them for me. I'm gonna hover until see the perimeter of the model. I'm gonna double click. It's gonna bring this. I don't want that. Actually, I'm just gonna click on it once, right click. There should be one that says automatic center lines. Click on it, activate it, and say, okay. Boom! Clear your center lines. If for whatever reason they did not clear your center lines, there is always a way to do it. You can go to the Annotate tab. There is a center mark right there. Click on the hole. Boom. This is a hole pattern. I need to create a center line in between them. That's what this one comes about. I select the hole. I select the other hole. I right click and I say create. Boom. Let's try it again. I'm gonna click on my view. Right click. Center line. Automatic center lines. Click on that one too. And click OK. Boom. If for whatever reason it did not create a center line, delete. Let me delete that one. Select delete. There is this one. It's called the center line bisector. It allows you to create a center line between lines. So I'm going to select this line, and then I'm going to select that line, and boom, that's it for you. Let's try one more time. Left click, right click, automatic center lines. Click on that guy, and boom, done. Now you guys gotta put your dimensions. How do you put dimensions? You right click, dimension, from here to there, boom, from here to there, boom, from here to there, boom, overall height from here to there, boom. When you create a vertical dimension, if it doesn't fit, there should be a little shoulder. So click on the dimension, select it, hold on it, and then drag it. There should be a little shoulder if it did not fit. The left, that's the bottom datum. The left datum, left click, right click, or right click, left click in this case. Because I right click for the menu, left click to select it. I'm gonna do the holes. Again, one of my features from here to there. Boom. They told me make a chain dimension between the holes. This is a chain dimension. They need to be chained with each other. Keep in mind that I'm giving them a space in between my part and my dimensions. Should be within about 3/8 of an inch. You don't need to measure it. Just make sure that your spacing is not too close to the part. I'm gonna go from here to there. Boom. The next one, this one, I don't need it. I never went over here to from the back and figured this out. I just did the angle, went to the side, boom, created my 2 notches, and this guy was derived from it. I never had to actually dimension this line. So I got the first feature, second feature, the next hole, and it seems to be the last thing is just the size of the part. I'm gonna put it right here. Boom. That is the left datum. I'm gonna go to the right datum. I mean the back of the part, which is this is the back, and that one is back. So in my case, I could have preferably come over here and do it here. Oops, not there. Right click dimension. Preferably do it here because that's what I did the notch, right? But unluckily, things are crossing each other. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna put it on the other view. Again, preferably it should be here, but I don't like to cross things. So I'm gonna go put it over here. That way I don't have to cross them, which is the same feature, right? Remember, if your part get out and you're doing a dimension that is sideways, your dimension is going to look like that. You always need to have a little shoulder. Boom. Okay, so that is that one. The next thing is this one. That'll make sure it aligns next to the other guy, right? Kind of similar to alignment. And then, so I did this one, I did that one. The last thing will be overall width. I'm not going to do it here because it's going to cross this dimension. I'm going to do it over here. Oh, I also got a hole. The hole right there. And then I got the dimension from the whole part. So let's worry about that. Boom. I also have a hole right there. Keep in mind that there is no spacing here. But I think I told you guys, the do just like mine, the other do just like mine has a gap. Let me see if I can open it. Do just like mine. I don't have it. I don't know where I put it. Okay. We need to call out the holes, and there is a nice, if you use the hole command, there is a nice command that is called hole thread node. It calls out the hole for you. All you have to do is select it, click on the hole, move away, and boom, it will do it for you. And we'll put through and we'll give it a diameter symbol. All you have to know now is on the front of the part, and we got two holes. So I'm gonna say with uppercase letter, the X. I'm gonna say okay, boom, done. Literally, I think we're done with this part. The next thing that you guys want to do is you guys want to put your name. You gotta put the title block, the name. You also need some notes. How do you create notes? This is the note maker. I'm gonna put a big old note like this. It will take it to the editor. In my case, I remember I saw the notes somewhere. Here, I saw the notes. Let's see if I can select them. Select text. See if I can do it. That way I don't have to type it. I'm gonna select it. I'm gonna put it. Boom. In you guys' case, you're gonna have to type it, right? But if you want to put symbols, the symbols where they are, these are the symbols. You select the symbols plus and minus. If you want to have a degree, that's the degree, the countersink, spot face, and so forth. Okay. Unluckily, we don't have a surface finish symbol. There is no surface finish symbol anywhere, right? So the way you do the surface finish symbol, until we go and we underline this, right? The way you do it, remove my views slightly. It's a little out of the way. The way you do your surface finish symbol is you go to the annotate tab, there is symbols, click on it, and then you click again, double click real quick, and we'll open this menu and you just say, okay, escape. You will also do a couple of texts for your title block, and boom, this part is done. You need to create a PDF when you're done, so that I can grade it. Then when you create a PDF, you go to the top, and there should be a file. You click on the file, then you go to the export, and then you click on the PDF export. Click on it, boom. It will tell you what you want to save it, so you want to click on save. Click OK, it will generate the PDF. You can now take a look at it. Let me see, it is here. It's the PDF. So in this case, I'm done with the fixture block. We just did it, right? That's what you're going to submit after you save it. And after you put the information on the title block, right? With a bunch of text notes. Boom. That's pretty much it, guys. You're going to do the same concept for your other part. What's your other part? I did this one. You guys get to do this one, right? Homework number 7. Let's take a look at homework number 7. We have a couple of 3 minutes. Good enough for homework purposes. Homework number 7. Remember, most Autodesk Inventor is really friendly. So friendly that allows you to do everything with left click and right click. Okay, so this is your part, right? So again, if you guys were to do this, most likely you will start the same way. You start with a rectangle, or not a rectangle, cube. Not a cube, but like a rectangular prism. You guys will make a triangle, right? The same way that I did it, cut the notch, then make another square right here on the bottom rectangle, and then make 2 profiles with extrusion, boom. That will take care of this and take care of that. Then go to the right side view, make another rectangle, and boom, cut it, right? That will create all these notches. And it seems to me I have one more notch on the top, so I will go to the top view, create a sketch, another rectangle over here, right? And boom, cut it. And then eventually you guys want to make 2 holes, right? So you right click, use the hole command, locate it using the edges, and then use the appropriate size of the hole. And you are done with this one. And then just go place it on the drawing, right click, place, click, click, click to places the views, and add the dimension, right click dimension, boom, it's done. And don't forget to use the hole command so it actually pulls it out properly. This guy should say through. See, usually when I see the ones that maybe I should do this. This professor name. This is not me, but I put my name. Yeah. There's a lot of mistakes. Sometimes I find mistakes. Maybe I should do my own keys. But you guys will notice a couple of things though. There is a shoulder, about 1/8 of an inch. There is center lines. Your dimensions are not too close to the part. Good enough for government purposes. I think the only one that I don't like is this, which is I should say through. And again, they shouldn't be. Actually, this one is fine because it has a gap in here. So the whole idea is when you go and you measure a hole, you're trying to look for the bullseye. So there should be only one gap. Okay. Don't go and put the center mark and then dimension to the center mark, because then you will have 1 gap, 2 gaps. You are dimensioning to the hole. And again, this guys, that's the way I want you guys to do it. Don't forget to add through on the part, on the whole callout. Okay, I believe that should be good. You guys should be able to do your homework number 7. Okay, again, your in-class number 7 is extra credit in case you guys want to do it. Your homework number 8, I did the first part. And your homework number 8, you have a watch block and you have a fiction block, right? So I did one of them, you guys gotta do the other one. I think that's pretty good. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me stop my video. Let me stop my good morning engineering 2. Woo. Can you guys hear me? Somebody say yes. All right. Seems to me you guys hear me. Let's start the class. Let me share my screen and let you guys know what we're gonna do today. We are gonna continue with the modeling, and what I want to do today is I want to move on into the next homework, which is your in-class number 9 and your homework number 9. I'm gonna try to see if I can do both of them today. Let's start the class. I am going to minimize myself and try to find homework number 9. Okay, so it seems to me this one is in class number 9. Let me see what I gave you. So if I go to your guys' folder, take a look at what I did. If I go to your guys' folder, share folder, you guys should have homeworks in the number 9. You guys have in class 9, and you guys will notice that it says extra credit 5 points. And again, extra credit 5 points, it assumes that you did it perfectly correct. So try to make sure that you do it just like mine. Same thing with homework number 9. So let's take a look at what I gave you. It seems to me I gave you the in class 9, do just like mine, and I also give you the instructions. Okay, when the instructions are being opened, I'm gonna start preparing my my folders. I want to use this one. Let's keep it there. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on Inventor, and I'm also gonna go here into my homework number 2 for this class. I'm gonna also turn on my borders and model templates, and I'm gonna put them side by side. Let me see. There's way too many things going on over here. I'm just gonna minimize that one. We're gonna keep this one, and we're gonna copy this one. Put it side by side. Okay, so in class number 9. So I'm gonna make a new folder, and I'm gonna call it in class. Actually, probably I'm gonna assume you guys are gonna do something similar. I'm gonna create homework number 9, Inventor. And within my homework number 9, I'm gonna have both of them, the in class number 9 and the homework number 9. So I'm gonna go look at your do just like mine, which seems to me is this one. And this guy seems to me is your in class. And the other one is the instructions. You guys will notice that this one is a metric drawing. And this is a metric drawing, I am going to need a different type of template. Also, I need to bring my pointer. In case I go a little bit too fast, you guys are able to see my clicks, left click, right click, blue and red. And I also want to have to register. I don't think I have a register. So let me go find it. Where I have my registration number. You know, today was one of those days. I woke up late. And then I usually go for a run. And if I don't go for a run, I don't feel well. So it's that's why I started the class kind of late. I usually start pretty early. Okay, I think it's registered. Let's start. I'm gonna come over here. I have need to ensure that I have my project activated, which I'm gonna come over here. And if you guys recall last time I created a project. I mean, probably it's been a while, but I created a project which I call it Engineering 2. And at that point in time, I will go and start finding things in the folder that I asked it, where I have all my stuff, right? Okay, so I created my homework number 9. I need to give it a template. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna go to the borders and model templates. You guys should have this in your homeworks, your first folder in your homeworks, 00. I'm gonna go into the metric part, and I'm gonna copy. I wanna see what size it is. So the size. By the way you can see what size it is without even knowing the size. This is an 8.5 by 11. How do I know? Because it has no numbers. If I were to have a B size, which is an 11 by 17, I would have a B somewhere here. But this one doesn't have anything, so I know it's an 8.5 by 11. All right, so when I create my folders, I need to copy the A size and the millimeter parts. I'm going to put it over here, paste. And then I am going to rename it. This guy is going to be in class 09, and this is going to be my drawing. And I'm going to do one more. Right click, rename. This one is going to be my part. Alright, so I think I'm good to go. Let's open both of them. So I'm going to go here, open it. It's going to take me to the right folder because I activated my project. I'm going to say select in class number 9 and homework number 9, and boom, open it. Alright, let me get some more water. In class 9, homework 9. Okay, so let's actually, before we start, kind of like take a look at it. How would I model this? So it seems to me that I have a cylindrical feature. You guys can see it, and then it has like a ear, like a flange coming out of it. So my thinking is I'm gonna do a circular and I'm gonna extrude it, and then I'm gonna also do this flange. I'm gonna extrude it, and then I'm gonna mirror it. It's most likely gonna be my approach. So I'm gonna go to display, left click, right click, and then create a new sketch. Right click and create a circle. Left click, left click. Right. Remember, if you guys see a red, it's because it's a left, and you guys see a blue, it's because I did a right click. In case I forget to tell you guys, right? I go too fast. This one is a 64 millimeters. I'm gonna come over here, right click, dimension, left click again, 64 millimeters. Boom. Might as well. I'm also gonna do the one of these flanges, and it seems to me that this one has a radius of 17. So somewhere over here, I am going to do another circle. So somewhere there. I'm going to right click and I'm going to do the dimension, select it. I dimension diameter, so I'm going to actually delete it. I'm going to select the dimension, and as I'm doing the diameter, I'm going to right click, and there should be a dimension type radius. Boom. And then at this point of time, I'm going to select 17 for my radius, and I'm going to say OK. Alright, you guys will notice that this guy flies all over the place. I need to lock it in place. So here I have a bunch of constraints, and what I want to make sure is that this point and that point are horizontal with each other. So the horizontal constraint puts 2 points in a imaginary horizontal line, or it makes a line horizontal. In my case, I'm going to make those 2 points horizontal with each other. Boom. And now you guys will notice I cannot move it up. I can move it side to side. Okay, so the distance between them is 48 millimeters. So I'm going to right click dimension, select this one, and I'm going to type 48 millimeters. Boom. It seems to me also that I have a line that is tangential between both of the circles. So I'm going to go and I'm going to make a line, and I'm just going to put it, not in the locks, maybe somewhere there. If it locks, you guys will notice that we'll want to snap. So I don't want to snap to anything. Something like this. And then I'm going to put, it's harder when you have actually a constraint and you want to get rid of it. Better make sure that you don't lock with anything. Okay, now I'm going to use the tangential constraint to put things tangent with each other. So something that is round or something that is straight, I will put it tangential. Click and click, click and click, click and click, click and click. Boom. Beautiful. I believe I'm done with this sketch. I don't need anything else. You guys will notice, simple, 3 dimensions, done. All right, the next thing that I want to do is I want to do this flange. Take it out. And it seems to me the size of the flange is 33 millimeters. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to do extrude. I want to select the profiles. You guys will notice that it has actually a bunch of profiles. You want to select the one that you want. I'm also going to select this little piece in the middle, that one. And I'm going to give it, I believe it was 33 millimeters. I'm going to put 33 here. And I'm going to leave it like this. I think it's fine coming out this direction. I'm going to say, OK. All right. I want to reuse this sketch. As soon as I created my sketch and I consumed it, it's part of this extrusion. If I open the plus, you will notice that I have the sketch. And I can always double click and it will take me back to the sketch mode. What I want to do is actually I want to make it visible because I want to reuse it again. So I'm going to left click, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say I have 2 options. I can make it visible, that will work. Or I can share the sketch, which also will make it visible. So in my case, I'm just going to click visibility. I can do either or, it will be the same. And at this point of time, I'm going to do the rest of it. I'm going to do the flange. And it seems to me the thickness is 40 millimeters. So I'm going to right click, I'm gonna do extrude. I'm gonna select that flange, this flange, that flange, and I only wanna make it 40 millimeters, right? Like this one. I'm gonna say, okay, that's all I wanna do. Shift, middle mouse button in your mouse will allow you to rotate, and I need to make a hole now in here. So my hole, it seems to me, it is 41.17, 41.28. I would suggest, if you guys were to have numbers like these ones, kind of like weird ones, go somewhere in the middle. If you were to manufacture this, sometimes people use your models as a way to create the NC code. Sometimes people call it G code to run the CNC machines. But if that is not the case, I would suggest, for modeling purposes, the easy way to do is to choose one of those limits. In my case, I'm going to choose the bottom limit. And we don't have to do any math, but you can do the math if you want. So in my case, I'm going to do the hole. I am going to click the center. If it allows me to click the center. Okay, you guys know it doesn't let me to click the center. Why? Because I have the other sketch that I haven't turned off the visibility. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to turn off visibility so I can see it. Because if you use the hole command, it's looking for a point. And if you have a sketch, it will not allow you to do the hole command. So I'm going to right click again and I'm going to use the hole command. Now it should let me. I'm going to click on the surface. Boom. I'm going to click on the edge that is round to center it. Boom. And then I'm going to type the size that has no seat. It is a simple hole and it has all the way through. And the size, I believe, was 41.17. Double check. 41.17. I'm going to say, okay. Boom. The next thing that I want to do, I have a hole that is a counterbore hole. We talked about counterboards before. It has a hole that is 40 millimeters that it goes all the way through. And this one, it doesn't have a depth, which means it's not a counterbore. It's actually a spot face that is 20 millimeters diameter. So 14 and 12. That means I'm going to use another hole. I am going to put it in the surface. I'm going to select the edge. And this time I have a seat. And if you guys remember that seat, it is 116 inches, no millimeters. Probably should do a conversion for inches to millimeters. I want to see what it is first and then I'll round it up. So I got 14 and 20. I'm going to hit 14. So 14 for the bottom and 20 for the top. Right? And then I'm going to say okay, and then I'm going to check what is actually the size. Let me change the visual style so you guys can see a slightly better shading with H. So type M for measure, M, and then you select two things that you want to measure. I want to select the distance between this face and this face, and it will tell me that is 1.58 millimeters. Let's round that up to 2 millimeters. I'm going to go back to the hole and I'm going to double click really quick. As soon as I do that, it will bring me back over here and I'm going to change the number to 2 to use 2 millimeters and boom, done. Okay. The next thing that I want to do is I want to mirror this to the other side. But before I do that, I also want to do the fillets. So the fillets for this is 3 millimeters. So I'm going to come over here, select it, come over here, it will have the fillet and also has the chamfer. I want to use the fillet. I'm going to choose 3 millimeters, and then I'm going to also choose on this edge to get the whole fillet mine as well. I'm going to say, okay. All right. I also want to mirror this left side, and I want to put it on the opposite side. The way I do it, if you go back to the 3D model, if I were to right click, I don't have it. It's actually not part of my common commands. Where you can find the mirror, there will be a tab. You go to the 3D model, the pattern tab, right there, they should have the mirror command. I'm going to select it. And then at this point of time, I'm telling the features that I want to mirror. And you can select it from the model tree. I can select that fillet. I can select that hole. And I can select that extrusion. Right? You select what you want. And then it's asking me, what is the mirror plane? So I want to select the mirror plane. Boom. I'm going to come over here, select the mirror plane. It will give me a preview. And then I'm going to say, okay, boom. Done. We're pretty much done with this part. Just clip it. Let's go back. Make sure we got everything. Oh, there's one more hole on the top. And that one is going to be for a set screw. Go and save this. So let's save it. It's going to be right here on the top. And the way you do it is you're going to create a plane so you can sketch on top of it. If you right click, you guys will notice that I have the work plane. And there is many ways of creating planes. I can go and I can move planes. I can create planes that have a certain angle. If you know what are the possibilities, you can come over here in the plane and I will tell you. The green is the first click, and then the red will be the second click. First click, second click, first click, second click. So for example, if you were to have a plane and a point that you were to click first, and then you click on another face, it will create a plane that is parallel to the first plane and the point. The red one is what's being created. For example, the one that I want is I want something tangential. Tangential. Sometimes it doesn't really make sense with tangential. Okay, so this one is kind of like tangential, right? So you guys will notice it looks for a surface and then it looks for a tangent face, and it will create a plane tangential. So I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna do a plane, I'm gonna select this face, and then I wanna make a plane tangential to that. So I want to choose on a face that is tangential. So right there, boom. All right, now I created a plane. At this point in time, I can sketch. So I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna create a new sketch. And all I need is a point, because that's what the whole command asks for. So this is where the point is. I'm gonna select it, I'm gonna put it right there. And now at this point in time, I need to lock it. So how am I gonna lock it? I wanna use my constraints. I'm gonna use that point and I wanna make it vertical with that point. So we'll use an imaginary vertical line. So I'm gonna select it and then I'm gonna select that one. Boom. And now it moves it right there. I want to push it down, and then I'm going to give it a dimension. So the dimension from the back, it seems to me, is 20 millimeters. So we're going to go right click, dimension, click, 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 20 millimeters. And then at this point of time, I can finish the sketch. And by the way, I have a bunch of stuff on the back. I might want to go back to my sketch and make it a construction line. Because remember, the whole command is really picky, and the only thing that it wants to see is points. I might get confused with these lines, so I'm going to turn them. I'm going to turn in construction. So I'm going to select it, create a window from left to right. I'm going to do a right click and I'm going to turn it into construction lines. That way my whole command doesn't get confused. When I right click, I'm going to create a hole. And it usually remembers the previous hole that it was made. In my case, it used a 6 millimeter through one wall only. So no seats, right? So it's just through. And at this point of time, I have the distance. I have the all the way through. And the other one is go to a certain face and stop right there. So I'm going to click on that one. Then I'm going to go inside and I'm going to click on that face. So the hole stops on the face. And then I'm going to give it the size. You can give it a seat, but in my case, I want to give it this seat. You can give it any seat if you want. 6 millimeters. I'm going to come over here, put 6 millimeters. And then I'm going to say, okay, boom. Now, if you guys want to look at it, I created the hole only on one of the walls. Let's Control S. Let's turn off the planes. And let's take a look at the material. The material for this is cast iron, grade 20 cast iron. So this is the material. This one is the colors. I want to go to the material, and here I got cast iron. Boom. And there we go. We are done. Now it has the right material, and it's ready for me to place on the drawing. I'm going to go back, I'm going to save it, I'm going to go to the in-class drawing, and then I'm going to say left click, right click, and I'm going to base view. I'm going to put the front view, I'm going to put the top view, I'm going to put the isometric view. Just click, click, click. Okay. I also want to make sure that I have the right size, which seems to me is a full scale. Full scale. Go back. I think my things froze. Let's see if I can go back like that. Go all the way to the top. There we go. I don't know why I didn't want to just switch. 1 to 1. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to grab the parent view, which is the first one that was placed because it controls the other one. Maybe a little more from the parent view over there. And then I'm going to put this one here. Now this guy seems to me a little bit smaller. That's why you guys, usually the isometric view is optional, so you are able to unlink it from the parent view. So in my case, I want to make it slightly smaller so I can fit and I can put my dimensions. So I'm going to make it, let's try 1.5. Let's how it looks. That's too small. Maybe I'll do 3/4. Yeah, 3/4 will be a good one. I'm going to grab the 3/4. I'm going to put it somewhere there. Right? I got to put some dimensions in this. So I'm going to right click on the view, and there should be automatic center lines. And there will be this point of time, we say object parallel. So let's select both of them. And boom. Okay, so it seems to me that I did not capture this one. So I'm going to go to the Annotate tab, and I'm going to click on the center marks. And then I'm going to select that one, and boom. It's not the greatest, but it's better than nothing. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to select the view. I'm going to right click. I'm going to do automatic center lines. I'm going to click and click both of them. And I'm going to say, okay. Boom, that one's actually better. Actually, the center mark should go to this guy. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually put the center mark right there. Let's back on the drawing. Okay, so you guys should be able to put these two dimensions. Again, just right click in dimension, but let's do it. So it doesn't take that much for me to do it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say from here, right click. Make sure you escape. If you want to terminate the command, so I'm going to say from here to there, boom. From here to there, boom. I'm going to hope that you guys can see my data means the backward for the part. The next thing I want to do is I want to do the whole callout. So I'm going to say right click hole. That's the whole command. I'm going to point towards the hole, and then I'm going to move away. You guys will notice that I give me my depth because I know what is the thickness of my wall. In my case, I don't want to give it its depth. I just want to tell it to one wall. So I highlight it, and I tap on top of it. Through one wall. Boom. Go back. Right, so which is this one, that one. And I need to give it the depth. Oh, I needed to do the location of the hole, guys. Let me get the location of the hole. Yeah, you gotta grab a ruler to make sure that you don't miss anything, right? I'm gonna come over here. I'm going to click in there. I'm gonna move away about yay, right? Make sure it's not too close to the part. And we are done with this view. You also can do the hole on the inside, the hole call out. I can do that hole. I can do that one. Let's do all of them from the center, right? Another hole right here. So that one, right? That one's good. I need to take away the depth because this is a spot face. The depth is not supposed to have a 100 depth. I want to take away that depth, and boom. And I actually have two of them, so probably I should put 2 times in there. So I'm gonna go to the front 2 times. Boom. Enter. I also have a radius here, right? So I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna do a radius. I'm gonna select the radius and I'm gonna come up. And I got 2 of them, left and right. So I'm also gonna call it 2 times. Go to the text, go there, to the left, 2 times, boom. How do I do the tolerance? If I want to do a tolerance, I double click on the whole command. I have a precision and tolerance over here. I can open that one up. Eventually will open. There we go. I click on the double arrow. I activate my tolerance. And I usually like to use a limit stack. That means you stack the tolerances. And then I gotta look at what tolerance I'm using. So it seems to me is 4117 and 4128. So that is 8 plus 3, that's 13.13 different, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go on the up. I'm gonna put say 0.13. 2 decimal places, yep, 2 decimal places, and then I'm gonna say okay, and then I'm gonna say okay. I think I went a little bit too high. Oh, it went too high, so that'll take away 2. So double click that one. Precision and tolerances. Come on, precision and tolerances. And I'm gonna have this guy 11. Okay, let's try again. There we go. All right, you guys should be able to do this radius. You can leave it the way I have it, or you can put it here. In fact, put it like where I put it. That way, you can argue I did exactly like you did it. You should give me 100%. The one on the left side, you also gotta put these notes. So let me see if I can grab it from here. So I'm gonna select text. I'm gonna select these ones, copy them, and then I'm gonna put them over here. So I'm gonna go to the text, make a bigger box till it brings this one, and then in my case I'm just gonna paste it. In your case, you might just type it. All right. So I'm gonna say okay. You guys notice things are colliding. So at this point of time, you're gonna start moving things. Right? Maybe move it here to get out of the way of the text. Right. All right. So the only thing that I need from here is if you guys want to put any of the symbols like plus and minus or degrees or whatever, you guys have the symbols here. You just select them, and they will copy it on the bottom. It will be for the plus and minus and the degree symbols. In my case, I need a surface finish symbol. I also most likely want to underline the notes. So I'm gonna go up grab the notes, and I'm going to underline them. I'm going to say OK. And then eventually I'm going to put my surface finish. I'm going to double click super quick, double click. And then I am going to say OK. And then I'm going to double click again super quick. All right. Now the problem that you guys will notice that it has a number. Make sure that you edit it with a number, otherwise it's going to look like mines. So let me double click on that one to bring up this one, and then I can take away the number. Beautiful. All right, the rest of it, you should be able to finish. You should put your name, the spring 2025, the material, the title, the quantity. Make sure you have all of the dimensions that I did not do. And at this point of time, it's time for you to submit this, right? So I'm going to save this. Once you're done, you're going to save it. Actually, you probably should save as you go. I'm going to go and I'm going to export this to a PDF. So I'm going to File, Export, PDF. You can also print, but the easiest way to get the setup is doing an export. And since I renamed it correctly, it already has the PDF, the name that I want to give it. So we'll create a PDF. And if you guys were to look here at homework number 9, in class number 9 now has a PDF that if I were to open it, it will be ready for submittal. When you submit to me, it needs to be a PDF. In fact, you need to submit the 3 files. What do I need the 3 files? I need this one and this one, so that I ensure that you did it. And please do not copy, because I will give you a 0 the second time I will expose you for my class. You gotta do your own work. How do I ensure that you do it? There is iProperties within these files that tells me when it was created, and who created it. So that's how I find out really quick who cheats through those files. And I need this one because I need to mark it, right? So I mark it with my pen, with my tablet. All right. Let's take a look at your next homework. This one is the extra credit, by the way. It's not your regular homework. Your real homework is, let's take a look at it. Let's go find it. I don't want that one anymore. Let's go find your real homework. Real homework. I believe I should have it somewhere in your Dropbox. Let's see. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm going to look for your homework. And I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna discuss it. Hopefully, it makes sense how you should approach this. So I'm gonna go to your class number 9, engineering 2. We're gonna go to the share folders, homeworks, and you guys are probably on homework 7 right now. Let me try it here, number 9, and let's open those two so we can see how they look. Right click open. Okay, let's see, how would you do this? Okay, let me give you some insights. Okay, you guys are gonna do your own by yourself, right? But I'm gonna give you some insights so you guys have a good idea, or maybe how you should tackle it. Maybe I'll give you a good insights. And again, this insights is also a good idea for you to start developing it, so you can do your midterm, and you can be okay on your midterm, right? Let me get something so it focuses on the camera. Can I see like that's better? All right. So the first thing that I would do, move this guy slightly to the left. So we can have that. The thing that I would do, most likely, I will create a sketch on this plane. I will just make it a rectangle, by the way. And again, you make it a rectangle the size that it is based on the top view. Like the top view will tell you the size. I wouldn't put any fillets. I will just leave it like that. And then eventually, I will give it an extrusion to the depth. And it will look like this. Then what I would do, remember, sometimes when you extrude, when you finish your sketch, the way that I would do it, if I were to do the rectangle, sometimes it looks like this when you start creating the sketch. I will make the rectangle here on this plane. Again, this is my axis. This is a rectangle that is over here. Okay. And then I would extrude it, right? And since there will be a plane somewhere here, if you extrude it the right way, like I told you, there will be a plane in here, like this, right? That means you can select it and you can sketch on it. So I will go through that plane and then I will start sketching. And what I would do most likely, I will just do this shape, like this, somewhere in the middle. Okay. Do not, I want to put any fillet shape. I will just put the shape. In fact, I want to put any holes. And then after I am done with the sketch, make sure it's completely closed, otherwise it will not work. Then I will extrude it to give it a depth. And then that thing will look something like this. Like this. Boom. And actually erase it. So you guys can see how it will look after you extrude. right? At this point of time, I can go and I could give it a fillet. So I will go through this edge and I will activate the fillet command and I will give it the radius that it needs to be. And it will look like this. And by as well, when I go on the other side, I will also click on that edge and I will activate the fillet command and eventually it will look like this. Then you have a part that is pretty much something similar to this, right? Right after that, I will go and I will start doing the holes. So I will use the hole command. I will put a hole right there, select the edge to give me a distance, select the edge to give me another distance. And I will do one hole. And since the other hole is symmetrical, I will use the mirror command, which is the one that I showed you today. If you did it correctly, there should be a plane that you can use to mirror that hole to the other side. And it will look then eventually like this. Okay? I will also make another hole right here using the hole command to select the face and then select the edge to center it, give it the right size, and eventually will look like this. At this point of time, there is one more fillet to go, right? Actually, a couple more fillets to go. The first one I will do is this one to give it the nice round, which will make it look like this. Hopefully you guys see it, make it look like that. And then after that, I will say, okay, now I gotta do the rest of the fillet, and the rest of the fillet is this one, so you select that one, and then you select the other one, which is this one. Right? Select the face, the edge, give it the right fillet, and you are done with your part. Now I have a notch on the bottom, so this point of time I will go to the right side view, create a sketch, and extrude it all the way through. This notch that you can see there is a notch that goes all the way through. Eventually your part will be finished. Something like that. Okay. And again, this kind of thinking is something that you should get yourself used to. And again, how do you get yourself used to it? It's by looking at it before you start. See, okay, how am I going to do it? At this point of time, you can do your own. You can try to copy it exactly the same way that I do it. That way I don't have to take away any points. If you do it exactly the way you do it just like mine, then most likely I will give you 100%. If not, then I will start taking away points. If you want to ensure that you get 100%, do the in-class number 9, and you will have extra 5 points that even if I take points from here, you will still get 100%. Okay.